Hello, I'm Elton Robinson with your October 7th grain and oilseed update. According to USDA, 24% of the U.S. corn crop had been harvested by October 2nd, which is about on pace with last year and the 5-year average. 73% of the crop is listed in good to excellent condition, a drop of 1% from the week prior. 41% of the nation's grain sorghum crop is in the bin, slightly ahead of the 5-year average. 26% of the U.S. soybean crop is harvested, 10% behind last year, but just about on pace with the 5-year average. 28% of our peanut crop is harvested, which is about 8 percentage points above the 5-year average. About 60% is listed in good to excellent condition, compared to 63% last week. 82% of the U.S. rice crop has been gathered and is essentially complete in Louisiana and Texas. According to USDA's October 4th weather report, weekly temperatures averaged at least 5 degrees above normal in parts of the southeast, while readings above 95 degrees were reported in northern and central sections of Alabama and Mississippi. Late season warmth prevailed in the west, especially from the Pacific coast to the northern Rockies. Weekly temperatures averaged as much as 10 degrees above normal in parts of Montana. Heavy rain lingered across southern Texas in late September. San Antonio received 6.11 inches of rain on September 26th. Meanwhile, Charlotte, North Carolina received a record-setting rainfall total for September 26th of 3.89 inches. And now for USDA's weekly summary of U.S. exports for the period ending September 29th. Wheat exports of 701,000 metric tons were down 17% from the previous week, but 3% from the prior 4-week average. Destinations included Brazil, Japan, Mexico, Algeria, and the Philippines. Corn exports of 1.4 million metric tons were reported to Japan, South Korea, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Taiwan, Chile, and Colombia. Meanwhile, grain sorghum exports of 19,500 metric tons were reported to Japan and Mexico. Rice exports of 95,000 metric tons were up noticeably from the previous week and 67% from the prior 4-week average. Primary destinations included Turkey, Venezuela, Guatemala, Honduras, and Saudi Arabia. Soybean exports of a little over 1 million metric tons were reported to China, which took nearly 80% of them, Indonesia, Japan, Mexico, and Costa Rica. Soybean meal exports of 178,000 metric tons were up 1% from the previous week and 4% from the prior 4-week average, with the Philippines, Mexico, and Colombia as primary destinations. Soybean oil exports of 21,000 metric tons were down 54% from the previous week and 14% from the prior 4-week average. Primary destinations were the Dominican Republic, Mexico, and Canada. Beef exports of 13,600 metric tons were down 3% from the previous week, but up 2% from the prior 4-week average, while pork exports of 20,800 metric tons were up 9% from the previous week and 14% from the prior 4-week average. Well, that's it for this week's report. Our thoughts will be with those along the eastern coast who are in the path of Hurricane Matthew. Take care, and we'll see you next week.